everybody, my name is Kyle. I have a person.
My name's Andrew.
I have a guest for this week's mock draft. We'll be doing one every week until the draft. Eventually we'll have 7 rounds in the draft. Someone's gonna kill me. Hopefully this one isn't an hour long, but I feel like it is because I'm gonna do the second round. But alright, do you want to start off with number 1 pick? Do you want me to start off with number 1 pick?
My number 1 overall pick is to the Houston Texans, and I have Teddy Bridgewater landing in Houston. Now this pick can go one of 2 ways.
Right, please don't read off of the online. Okay.
No, it's not. I'm not reading off online. This is like just what I'd take, like what I'd imagine would happen. This pick can go one of 2 ways. It can go Teddy Bridgewater could end up here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Manziel was drafted to the Texans with the first pick. You know, he's also a talented quarterback.
Yes, very talented there in the NFL draft. Okay. At number 1, obviously, I have Bridgewater. You know, the reason why I have Bridgewater here and not Clowney...
I just like to make it clear that I do have Teddy Bridgewater with the first pick. Just want to make that clear.
Alright, well, okay. Yeah, Bridgewater, number 1, because I don't think... What? Antonio Smith, you don't need another running back. What the fuck am I even saying? You don't need another defensive end when you have J.J. Watt on one side.
But I can see why.
I can't.
Some people... Because if he lands in Houston, J.J. Watt can mentor him, and they'd be like the craziest defensive line in the entire game.
J.J. Watt's a defensive tackle, alright?
They're still on the defensive line.
I don't care.
Okay. With the second pick!
Clowney doesn't even fit the scheme.
Alright,
Should I do a second pick?
Yeah.
Alright, well, my second pick, I have St. Louis Rams. Still have them trading down this pick, but for now I have them taking Greg Robinson, offensive tackle out of Auburn. Reason being, he's bigger, and he's a higher upside. He's going to be playing right tackle for the majority because they paid Jake Long. You pay a guy, kind of have to play him unless he's Mark Sanchez. But in that case, I have Greg Robinson out of Auburn. Best run blocker, most upside as a pass blocker. Definitely the highest ceiling for any of the offensive tackles, in my opinion. Go.
You know, I'm not sure who the St. Louis Rams will take if they still have this pick in the future. They could take Jadeveon Clowney because he's like the most amazing athlete
Robert
they
Quinn,
have seen. Suck a
Chris
dick,
Long.
okay?
Doesn't fit. He doesn't fit.
Jadeveon Clowney.
No one has Jadeveon Clowney.
You cannot pass up on him.
Yes, you can. I will do it. I had him my first mock draft 19.
You can. Okay. Do I think he'll enter? No, but it's possible because he's such a good athlete. Really I think that who's the tackle from A&M?
Jake Matthews.
Yeah, he's most likely going to end up in St. Louis if they still pick with the number 2 overall pick. I, as well as Kyle, think that they will eventually trade that up. Greg Robinson from Auburn can also fit there.
All right.
In that offensive line.
Do you want to do Jaguars first?
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
I'd love to see them draft a quarterback because the Jaguars need a lot of help in that position. But if Jadeveon Clowney is still available with the 3rd pick, I do think that the Jaguars will take up on that player and draft him. And that's the one player I actually would want them to see draft because he's such a threat to opposing quarterbacks. So I do have Jadeveon Clowney going 3rd if he's still there. With,
I have Clowney there too, but for a different reason, because I'm a better pass rusher than half the Jaguars. They literally have 0 pass rush. Jason Babin is their elite pass rusher. So Jadeveon Clowney is better than anything they have in Jacksonville, and he's better than Bortles, and he's better than Derek Carr. So
I actually think Derek Carr will go to them in the 2nd round.
That's what I have. But I have him trading up to the 1st round with the 49ers. Okay, anyway. Clowney, South Carolina, pretty much. You know who Jadeveon Clowney is, so I don't need to go into detail with that. So there you go. And number 4, the Cleveland Browns, selecting Johnny Manziel, quarterback at A&M. This is the most open I've seen a team be with who they're going to draft in a long time. Pretty much everybody in the Browns organization is in love with Johnny Manziel. I have no idea what that is. And I can see why. He's just they wanted something else in Cleveland because Cleveland's just horrible. They just need something
taking nicer shits.
to. All right. They just need something to excite the fan base and just get them back on the realm of like the NFL and not just this team with Josh Gordon and Jordan Cameron and that's it. They need somebody there to make plays, and Johnny Manziel, he makes plays, so I have him going here to the Browns.
As well as Kyle, I do have Johnny Manziel going to the Browns only because they are so open with their pick. They actually, their owner, their general manager, whole front office do like the player a lot, and I do not think that he will pass number 4 because the Browns are so open with sharing that if he is there, they will draft him. They need a spark, and Johnny Manziel will provide that, even though they still, in my opinion, I don't think that they'll be a playoff contender. They'll be a lot better than they were last year. So yes, Johnny Manziel going number 4 to the Cleveland Browns.
If you didn't know the one mock draft I made before, if they draft the way I have them going to the playoffs. Alright, that's the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. The Raiders. Now look, this is an interesting pick for me. People would call me crazy because the Raiders have a ton of needs here, but I still have them trading out of this pick. Because they have so many needs, Sammy Watkins here he's elite wide receiver, he's a great wide receiver, but you can't pick him here. There's so much depth in this draft that you cannot pick him here when you're a team like the Raiders and need a lot of other players. I have them taking Anthony Barr, outside linebacker, out of UCLA, and the reason being is because he's raw. He's formerly a running back, and he's just recently moved to the defensive side, meaning that he's not locked in at that outside linebacker position. So if they want to switch him to defensive end, put his head in the dirt, he's still raw, and they can still make something out of him. I think he's a great athlete, and they could put him in Oakland, and he'll help them out a little bit, get some talent around them. I can still see them trading out of this pick, though, to try to get a surplus of picks, kind of like Cleveland has. They have a lot of picks in this draft. They can build more talent because they have more picks. If you just have one top 5 pick and it's not a quarterback, you kind of need to spread out the talent here. Now, Anthony Barr out of UCLA, you have to pick him.
Well, with the 5th pick, I have the Oakland Raiders.
Don't whisper, they can't hear you.
I have the Oakland Raiders taking Sammy Watkins. You know why? Because Sammy Watkins is the best wide receiver in the past 5 years. He is explosive, fast. He's got hands, and he will make that team a better offensive team. And I can promise you that he will go here with that.
I mean, anyone can help.
I'm just kidding. I can't promise you anything, but the Oakland Raiders do need a wideout. I don't even know who they have, honestly.
Darius Moore.
He's overrated.
And Rod Streeter. He's not overrated. He's horrible.
And, well, let's put it this
Bryce
way.
Butler.
If you know any of the Raiders wide receivers, they must be overrated because they blow.
Well, I know, like, everybody on, like, most teams, so...
So, yeah, I have Sammy Watkins going here. Yeah.
Alright, number 6, the Atlanta Falcons. One of 2 ways. Outside linebacker or offensive tackle. And I like the offensive tackle better. Jake Matthews, offensive tackle out of Texas A&M, goes here. Absolute steal.
Who did you have going second?
Greg Robinson out of Auburn. It's because he's bigger. Like, last year I had number 1 pick, I had Eric Fisher, because he's bigger. The Chiefs needed him to go to right, so he's bigger. Like, this is what I'm talking about here. They have a left tackle, but they don't have a right tackle. So, once their left tackle gets healthy, right tackle comes in. But anyway, we're past that. Falcons, they need a left tackle, a franchise left tackle. You got a good offense, you need someone to protect that offense. And Jake Matthews, offensive tackle at Texas A&M, best pass blocker in this draft class. He does have a high ceiling. Maybe not as high as Greg Robinson, but he does have a high ceiling. More experienced, and I think this is a good pick for the Falcons at this point. It's a steal, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I have the Falcons taking Greg Robinson, tackle, from Auburn University.
Alright, we can talk a little faster.
Okay. Now, why do I have him going here? Because Kyle has Jake Matthews going here. And I want to be different, because Kyle sucks shit. Next one. Go ahead.
Alright, anyway. Number 7.
Wait, just want to make that clear. Greg Robinson's 6th overall pick to the Atlanta Falcons.
Alright. Anyway, okay, so I'm shocked that I'm the only person I've seen have this pick here. You know what it is. It's Buccaneers going to take Sammy Watkins, wide receiver out of Clemson. I don't see anywhere else they can go at this point besides Sammy Watkins. Anthony Barr is off the table already. Clowney's off the table. They don't need a tackle. I don't know who's coming up with this nonsense that they need a tackle. I don't know who's coming up with this. Dobson and Donald Penn are good enough right now. They're a running team. They don't need a tackle right now. Sammy Watkins, wide receiver at Clemson, he's going to help this offense a lot. Young quarterback, young wide receiver. They'll have time to build chemistry together, and this will be a good pick for them in the future.
Kyle, do you not understand how bad their defense was last year?
Their defense was pretty bad, but they have talent.
I say they take Anthony Barr from UCLA.
Oh, I already have him gone.
He's a quality pick for any team, honestly, but I think he'll really boost that
Do you
defense.
know the scheme that they run?
No, I don't give a shit
It's
either.
not a 3-4.
This is my pick, not yours. Alright, so I say they take Anthony Barr. He's explosive, he'll make plays, and he'll develop in their organization to help them for only the better, unless he gets hurt.
Yeah, well, it's not. Here's my pick. I don't know. I'm not. Alright, well, number 8, I have the Vikings taking Blake Bortles out of a quarterback out of UCF, University of Coastal Florida. Potential. That's the only reason why I have Bortles here. He fits Mike Zimmer. He's this big guy. He's got a big arm. He's raw. He needs to be polished around the edges. He's just raw right now. But I think the number 8 pick for the Vikings, they have a lot of first-round picks in last year. I think they had 3 last year. So this talent is going to be built around this team. They have a lot of talent here. Again, Watkins is the only wide receiver, in my opinion, that can go anywhere close to the top 10. So here you can't go wide receiver, but you probably can go wide receiver in the free agency. So Blake Bortles, quarterback out of UCF, is going to help this team out a lot. Maybe not right away, but down the line he will.
This pick can go one of 2 ways. Actually, it can go one of 3, depending on who's drafted first. Either Anthony Barr or Khalil Mack, both play the outside linebacker / defensive end position. But I have it right here. See, off outside linebacker.
Well, that's retarded. They
defensive
also
end.
have David Carr
Shut your
going to the
mouth.
Raiders.
Shut your mouth.
Derek Carr,
No, but that's
David Carr.
That's not my only thing. Either Anthony Barr or Khalil Mack, both can go to the Minnesota Vikings. But this quarterback draft isn't as solid as some people might think it is. But if they are feeling the need to draft a quarterback in the first round, I do think that they will select Blake Bortles because he's got size and arm strength. He's also fairly accurate, so he might not have a large impact that Kyle said in his first year, but if they're able to develop him correctly, that he could be a decent quarterback. Anything can help them in that position, just like the Jaguars.
Yeah, Christian Ponder, I'm sorry. You know, you're out of Florida State. I kind of wanted you to
Blaine
do
Gabbert
this,
sucks too.
but he's not out of Florida State, so I don't
No,
really
I'm just
care.
saying because
Blaine
both
Gabbert.
were drafted in 2011 and both suck. So
Mark Sanchez.
yeah, him too.
He wasn't. I don't think he was even drafted.
I don't even know. You said Mark Sanchez.
I'm just saying Mark
First
Sanchez.
word that comes to mind.
I was thinking of bad
sucks.
quarterbacks, and there you go. All right. Anyway, TiVo time. All right. Number 9, I have the Bills selecting Khalil Mack, outside linebacker, out of Buffalo. Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Anyway. Khalil Mack, most versatile linebacker in this draft. You gotta understand the schemes. He's gonna fit the scheme for the Bills. Anthony Barr would not. He will. He can pass rush. He definitely can pass rush in that situation. But he's better at pass rushing and coveraging. So therefore, I mean, he's just actually a perfect fit here. He's gonna complement Kiko Alonso, defensive rookie of the year. Not defensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year candidate. But he's going to help him out a lot here. Khalil Mack out of Buffalo is going to really solidify this linebacking core.
Yeah, I also think Khalil Mack will go to the Buffalo Bills because I do think that.
You've had Khalil Mack.
No, dipshit. I said that it could have went one of 2 ways, one of 3 ways,
right.
and I said Blake Bortles will be the
I'm
pick.
corrected. All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So shut your mouth. I do have Khalil Mack also going to the Buffalo Bills just because, you know, he's out of Buffalo Bills, that also works, and the Buffalo Bills suck.
I don't really like the Bills either. Anyway, okay, number 10. I've made a change. This is my second change.
Kyle, it just started recording again.
I know.
Okay.
I'm recording another video. Anyway, the Lions taking Justin Gilbert, cornerback out of Oklahoma State. I believe in my last mock draft I said he was out of Oklahoma. My mistake. I did not mean to do that. I typed it in wrong. But after looking into it more, I realized Darquez Denard has injury issues in the past, and top 10 pick with a cornerback needs to be someone without injury issues. A la D. Milliner last year. Too many injuries. This season wasn't that good.
Also drafted by the Jets.
And you know what? They did have Revis. But anyway, yeah. Justin Gilbert, he's incredibly explosive. And I also overlooked the fact that the Lions do need a kick returner or punt returner. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that they don't have an elite kick returner or punt returner. So Gilbert can definitely help him in that situation. He definitely is the best man-to-man cover guy in general in this draft class. Most physically gifted guy. He's not the biggest guy. He's not going to hit you that hard, but he's definitely going to play you coverage-wise, and they really need a cover guy here. So I have Justin Gilbert, cornerback at Oklahoma State, going here.
Now, the Lions do need help in the secondary.
Oh God.
Justin Gilbert is the #1 prospect in the cornerback position, but Darquez Denard, I believe, is the better pick in this position. Isn't he larger? Yeah.
Yes.
He's larger.
He's just a bigger hitter, but he's a run support.
I think he had a better season because he played for Michigan State. They were pretty good this year, and seeing more competition. I
don't care about competition.
The
Oklahoma State.
The cornerback Darquez Denard from Michigan State will end up in Detroit if he's not drafted before, but I couldn't see him being drafted before. So
no way.
Yes, Darquez Denard with the 10th pick from Michigan State to the Lions.
Alright, 11. Titans, one of my favorite players. I love the safeties in this draft class. I have Clinton Dix, free safety out of Alabama. Okay, anyway.
Hi, James. James Licata.
Alright, that's weird. Anyway.
Summit.
So I have
band.
Clinton Dix, free safety out of Alabama here, and
that just came to my mind.
He can hit, he can run, he can play coverage. I like him a lot. He's explosive. He is definitely one of the better players at the free safety position to come along in a while. I think he really excels in coverage, and a lot of guys at the safety position nowadays are just thumpers. They just hit. He can play coverage and he can hit. I really like Clinton Dix here at the Titans. He's a perfect fit in my opinion.
I have the Tennessee Titans taking Kyle Zoma. Okay. I have them taking Clinton Dix as well. Alabama fits the scheme, like Kyle said, because Kyle knows what he's talking about. Next one, go ahead.
Alright, Giants.
Time out.
What?
James Licata's band, Summit. Follow him. Great music. You got this. Go.
Stop slamming the thing. You're going to knock the webcam over.
Okay,
anyway.
Sorry.
Alright, Giants. C.J. Mosley, linebacker. I literally have him put as a linebacker because he can play anywhere out of Alabama. Again, Giants, that linebacking core, besides John Beeson, Carolina Panthers, is atrocious.
Wait, who do you have there?
C.J. Mosley, linebacker out of Alabama.
Yeah.
He's gonna help out this team a lot. I mean, really, he's one of those players that he's so athletic and he's so versatile that you just can't pass up on him here. Great tackler. Definitely someone to watch out for in this draft because he's not. He is another one of these guys who's raw, but he can play very well. He's very prolific in his athletic abilities. So I really think that he's going to fit them well here. They need to do something on that defense. They need to do something on their offense. They need something there. And I think the search starts with getting a lot of guys with a lot of talent. And C.J. Mosley out of Alabama is a guy with a lot of talent here. And he's a good pick at the 12th spot.
Yeah, my phone just quit out of the app, so I'm just going to open that back up.
Alright, go for it. Should I move on?
No.
Okay.
Just count the time. In French.
Are you there yet?
It's like 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Alright. I have the New York Giants. Now this pick can go one of two ways as well. They need defense. Not as good as they used to be. But I have them taking C.J. Mosley, even though they can also take Lewis. Is that Lewis, right? Lewis?
What?
Lewis Nix, or is it Louis Nix?
What the hell have them going there?
Lewis Nix, the third defensive tackle from Notre Dame. He can either end up there or C.J. Mosley. I've seen this before, but yeah, anything on the defensive side of the ball will help that team.
I have no idea why they have Lewis Nix there.
Your turn, Curly.
Alright.
Wait, so I do have C.J. Mosley going there. Just Lewis Nix was also another possibility, but C.J. Mosley to the Giants with the 12th pick.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, the Rams. Another one of these picks that I'm like in love with. Mike Evans, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. This offense is gonna be so good with this pick. It really is. The compliment between Tavon Austin and Mike Evans is just gonna be really something good to watch. And it's Sam Bradford.
Going there?
Mike Evans, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. And the first guy that comes to my mind when I think of Mike Evans is Vincent Jackson. Big guy. He catches the ball very well. And I think he's going to complement the small, fast Tavon Austin. I really am excited to see what happens here. They have a good guy on the inside. Now they need a guy on the outside. Mike Evans does that well. Johnny Manziel's target. So we'll see what he does here. Like, there's a bunch of guys are going to be watching this, so I really don't care.
Alright. We got St. Louis Rams. I say, wait, did I say that a team is going to pick Ha Clinton Dixon or no?
Yep.
Alright. I say the Rams take Justin Gilbert, cornerback.
I would love to hear your logic on this pick. Cortland Finnegan, Janoris Jenkins.
Alright, I take that back.
Yes, thank you.
I say they take. Hold on, he's somewhere. Calvin Pryor. Free safety, I believe it.
Do you know anything about Calvin Pryor?
He's black.
Calvin Pryor is one of my favorite players in this draft.
Alright, well...
He's not going here, though, but...
So I say that he goes to the Rams. Kyle, I'm just bullshitting it from here on out because I don't have my mock draft.
Alright, well, we're just going to see what you do here. Let's see where you go with this. Alright. The Bears. I originally had Calvin Pryor going to the Bears, but... I decided to go with Florida State defensive tackle Timmy Jernigan. Timmy Jernigan. Jernigan. They really need someone to. I'm thinking of the way I'm gonna have this go. You're gonna start with they need to stop the run. So to stop the run, first you need first level defensive line, then a linebacker, and then a safety. They don't have any of them for run stoppers. So I'm gonna have them going. The first step is the defensive line.
You're gonna text message.
And I know. And I'm gonna take Timmy Jernigan, defensive tackle out of Florida State. He can also rush the passer, so he gives you that element there. But he can stop the run. He's a big guy. Definitely athletic. Definitely a good player. I'd love to see what he does at the next level at the Bears. I think this is a good start for the Bears. And then they're going to move down throughout the draft. You'll see they'll go linebacker. They'll go safety. They're going to move up the defense to stop that run because they did not stop the run at all. They were terrible last year. Go ahead.
I have the Chicago Bears with the 14th overall pick, taking Timmy Jernigan, defensive tackle from Florida State.
You're just agreeing with you.
Because Kyle said so, and Kyle wastes his time looking up random, I don't even know, just random people. So, I'm going to have to agree with Kyle and this mock draft right here that Timmy Jernigan will go to Florida State.
Alright. He already went to Florida State.
The Chicago Bears.
Alright, and number 15 pick, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking Taylor Lewan.
Who the hell is that?
Offensive tackle out of Michigan.
Where do you find these people?
Quietly did not give up a sack this entire season, and definitely the Steelers need a pass blocker. Taylor Lewan, pass blocker.
Do you want to pronounce his name again?
Lewan?
Wonton.
Okay, he's not Asian. Anyway, Taylor Lewan, offensive tackle out of Michigan.
Taylor the Swan?
You've heard this before. It's the same thing. Nothing's changed here. Safe pick, good pass blocker. Help out the damn team. Okay, there you go.
Pittsburgh Steelers. I say that they draft Taylor Lewan.
Oh, there we are. This is just
because I don't know who else they draft, but Taylor Lewan fits the bill. Kyle, is he a good pass rusher? He's the offensive tackle, isn't he?
He's an offensive tackle.
Alright, so he's not a good pass rusher. Can he stop the pass rushers?
Yes.
Alright, so he's the
Okay,
No! My turn! I'm first now.
Alright, go ahead. Oh,
I have the Baltimore Ravens selecting Kelvin Benjamin, wide receiver,
We're in agreement.
Florida State University, Jameis Winston. Yeah. I have him going here because other than Jacoby Jones, who's a
Torrey Smith.
And Torrey Smith, I don't really know who else will.
Dennis Pitta.
Dennis Pitta and Kai, you might want to get your fucking cough checked out.
Weird cough.
Okay. So yeah, I do have Kelvin Benjamin.
Right.
He's big. Kyle, shut up. I will skin you. Kelvin Benjamin is a large receiver. He's got the hands. He's got the skills. He's got the speed. He's got the height, the length. You know.
He's
Yeah.
got the speed. What the hell are you watching? I have Kelvin Benjamin going here. Anquan Boldin. Clone. There he is, right there.
Okay.
Anyway.
My turn. Dallas Cowboys.
You don't even know.
17th overall pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. I have them selecting Cannoli Ely.
Cannoli. Cannoli.
From Mizzou. Defensive end. You know why? Because the Dallas Cowboys happen to have the shittiest defense I've ever seen. I bet Helen Keller could run a better defense.
If you knew anything about that pick, you see
Cannoli Ely. Defensive end.
Coney Ely is an outside linebacker. But anyway.
No, he's a defensive end. It says it right here.
Click on it.
It says it DE. What does that stand for?
He's a defensive end in college and moved to outside linebacker. Anyway.
How would you know? Are you him?
I know things.
You're
Anyway.
not him.
Alright, so I had the 17th pick. I have the Cowboys taking Rashid Hageman,
Dumbass.
defensive end / defensive tackle out of Minnesota.
He's a good
I
player,
see him as being a 3-4 versatile defensive end. He can literally play anywhere along the defensive line, which is going to really help him out a lot. Please don't do that. Okay. He literally can play anywhere against the offensive line. He moves well, great movement speed. He rushed the passer, stop the run. He really can help out the team a lot. Last mock draft, I overlooked him. I looked more in depth into him, hearing people talk about him, and I realized Rashid Hageman, defensive end / defensive tackle, out of Minnesota is a good fit for the 17th overall pick to the Cowboys.
Alright, 18th overall pick, I have the New York Jets selecting Mike Evans, wide receiver from A&M. They need a lot of help everywhere because they are just not that very good. I'm talking about offensively. And Mike Evans, in my opinion, is one of the best. I think Kelvin Benjamin's a better wide receiver, though. That's just me. That's why I haven't been drafted earlier. But yeah, I do think the Jets will draft Mike Evans from A&M. He's large, you know. Kyle's Jewish.
I'm not Jewish.
Next one, go on.
Alright, so at the 18th pick, I have the New York Jets selecting
I can't FaceTime right
Eric
now.
Ebron, tight end out of North Carolina, and this is an absolute steal. I was debating on putting him at the number 5 pick to the Oakland Raiders. Ebron is one of those tight ends that is with this new age of receiving guys like Jimmy Graham, Tony Gonzalez, who's not new anymore, Rob Gronkowski, Jordy Cameron, guys like that. He's one of those guys that is fit right along in that category of an elite tight end. He's gonna really help out Geno Smith and the butt fumble.
Geno Smith is just bad.
I don't know what's going on.
Geno Smith, if you're watching this, you're bad.
Okay. Anyway, I have it going Eric
I take
Ebron,
that back.
tight end in North Carolina.
Your
here.
team's bad.
Pretty obvious pick for me.
All right, my turn. Miami Dolphins. I have them taking offensive tackle Cyrus Colangelo from Alabama because they need an offensive tackle. Now that Incognito and his butt buddy are no longer on the squad. You know who is the guy who's being harassed?
Jonathan Martin.
Yeah, that's awful, man. I feel so bad for the guy.
Did you watch
know?
the last one where I told him to grow up?
Who do you think you are?
Me?
I really hope the Jaguars take him because he's not a bad person. Like, he's not a bad, you know.
He's on the Dolphins.
Dolphins. What is that supposed to mean?
How the hell the Jaguars gonna take him?
No, he's gonna get released. He's gonna want out.
Alright, anyway, I don't care. Dolphins take Zach Martin, offensive lineman. I literally have him down as an offensive lineman because he can play anywhere at Notre Dame. Dolphins need help at every single offensive line position except for the center. And if they did, Zach Martin would still be their guy because he can play everywhere in that offensive line. He will play everywhere in that offensive line. That offensive line is
Nintendogs.
terrible, just absolutely atrocious. one of the worst offensive lines I've seen in my entire life. And Zach
How long
Martin
is
here
this
is
video?
going to help us
'Cause,
out a lot.
This is ridiculous.
Alright, go on 20 pick.
Oh, gotta go back on the Safari.
How many go here?
No!
There's an explanation for this one.
Gotta scroll down. Gotta scroll
He's
down.
literally just reading them off draft at a glance,
Gotta
so.
scroll down. Alright. Okay, we'll load past the first pick. Making progress. We are now on the third pick. 4.
Alright, I'm just going to say
No,
the pick.
no, you're not. Wait, what pick are we even on?
We're on 20, the Cardinals.
20. Alright, we're making progress. Alright, right there. Oh, it crashed!
Alright, I'm
No,
going to pick
no,
here.
stop.
His phone.
Stop it. No.
It just crashed. Alright. At the 20th overall pick, I have the Arizona Cardinals selecting D. Ford, outside
Who the hell
linebacker
is
slash
that?
defensive end out of Auburn. Great showing at the Senior Bowl. Impressed me a lot. I
You
knew
know
he
who
was
coached the Senior
explosive.
Bowl? My boy Gus Bradley. So
Yeah, because the Jaguars are going
give it
nowhere.
a round of applause.
Alright, so he really impressed me at the
Fuck
Senior
you,
Bowl
Kyle.
this year. I knew he was explosive, but I wanted to see how he would do against the elite talent
Of
that he was
course.
going to face here. And obviously, he proved great week of practice, great game. D. Ford, in my opinion, has boosted himself over Cyrus Kwanji as the offensive tackle in terms
It
of
crashed again.
in terms of talent. So I see the Cardinals taking D. Ford, outside linebacker out of Auburn, getting a tackle later in this draft. Their defense is going to be the identity for Arizona, not their offense. And I think D. Ford adding another outside linebacker opposite Sam Acho is going to help this team out a lot.
You know who knows more than you, Kyle?
Yeah,
Mel Kiper.
Don't even get me started on him. I hate him.
My phone crashed for the 3rd time in a row.
Alright, well, we can try to make a pick here.
Where are we?
Where's the 20th pick?
Did I go 19? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have the
Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals taking
It's a
Peyton
good one.
Manning, quarterback, Denver Broncos. Next one.
Okay. 21 I have the Green Bay Packers selecting Calvin Pryor, free safety out of Louisville.
Hey, I selected him.
Yeah, but I moved him down, even though I like him a lot.
Pokemon, you gotta catch
Stop.
him.
Even though I see him as a great talent, I see Calvin Pryor getting moved down based on need.
Kyle, why did you have these?
I have no idea. Based on need at the position, I see free safety as being a huge need for the Packers. I can even see them trading with the Bears in order to make sure they get Calvin Pryor. Got great ball skills, great cover skills, can really hit. He's a big hitter, which should be a plus and a negative because
How
sometimes
big
he
is he?
missed.
Is it
Deshaun
from mine?
Goldston is my NFL comparison for
Ooh,
Calvin Pryor.
that's scary.
He can really hit hard, and he has great ball skills and catch, just like Deshaun Goldston mixed with Patrick Peterson.
Patrick Peterson?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Alright.
What's behind your Kyle?
That is a crawl space.
Can we go back there?
No.
Alright then. With the 21st overall pick, I have the Packers taking. Let's see, my phone. I think that they'll take Aaron Rodgers. You know, he had a down year.
Alright.
But Aaron Rodgers does really fit that offensive scheme.
Obviously, because
The
it's quarterback.
scheme. Jafeel. Alright, so yeah. I didn't mean to go to it. So, I do think that they will take Aaron Rodgers there, but the Broncos will definitely take Peyton Manning.
I'm never doing this again.
The Broncos, not the Broncos. The Cardinals are going to take Peyton Manning? What? No way. Yeah, Cardinals are going to take Peyton Manning.
Alright, okay, we're done.
Packers are going to take Aaron Rodgers,
No more.
and they might
Alright.
even get Jordy Nelson.
Okay,
Kyle, can I tell you something?
what?
You're ugly.
Thank you. At the
I
22nd...
couldn't say that with a straight face.
Why, because I'm beautiful?
No.
Alright, at the 22nd overall pick, I have the Philadelphia Eagles selecting Darquez Dennard, cornerback out of Michigan State. Run support corner, big guy, thumper, meaning he can tackle, he will knock you out. He's not a big hitter, but he can be. Great cover skills. I think he's not as good as Justin Gilbert, and the injury issues will be a problem. But I do see Dennard going here to help out that Eagles secondary because it wasn't atrocious, but it's made out of a bunch of nobodies. They need some guys with actual experience at the collegiate level, and just guys that are some really talented in that defense. And it's going to really help them out a lot, make them more of a playoff team.
Okay. Who do you have going there?
Darquez Dennard.
I think I said Justin Gilbert.
You did Darquez Dennard at 10th.
I think I did Justin Gilbert, did I?
No, you didn't.
Alright,
Oh,
yeah. I don't know.
I convinced you out because you're putting on the Rams.
Oh yeah, true that, dog. Alright, so yeah, I have the Eagles taking Justin Gilbert out of Oklahoma State because he can run fast and he can catch balls.
He's a corner. But anyway,
You trying to say something?
you just described him like he's a wide receiver.
Fuck you and your opinions.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, 23rd overall pick, I have the Kansas. I forgot the name of the team. Kansas City Chiefs selecting Marquise Lee, wide receiver out of USC. Explosive, great route runner, great hands. They need anyone who can catch the ball besides Dwayne Bowe in Kansas City. Talked about as a top 5 pick before the season. I guarantee if you ask Mel Kiper, he still is a top 5 pick.
I thought you hated Mel Kiper.
I do hate Mel Kiper. That's why I made a joke. Anyway, Marquise Lee, wide receiver at the USC. He does have that talent. We're just gonna see if he can hold up. His body can hold up in the NFL. Alex Smith needs another guy to throw it to. I don't know how the hell he made the Pro Bowl. I really don't know how he made the Pro Bowl, but he had a good season, but not Pro Bowl. Anyway, so Marquise Lee, wide receiver out of USC, goes here, and I'm going to pause it.
Wait, 2 separate videos or what?
No, I'm doing the second round later.
By yourself?
Yeah,
I
because you don't know any of them. But Bengals, 24th pick, have Stephon Tuitt, defensive end out of Notre Dame. I realized something. Besides Geno Atkins, they really don't have anyone in pass rush. I have no idea what just happened. I'm just going to continue talking, pretend like it didn't happen. Anyway, so I'm going to have Stephon Tuitt, defensive end out of Notre Dame, going here. Great pass rusher. He can move around the line of scrimmage very well. Fits his defense pretty well. I really like him. I like him as a player. It makes me look like it's a joke here, but I really think he's a great player. And I think he's going to fit into Bengals' scheme very well. He landed on his skateboard.
Kyle, here's your rim.
Alright, I promise you that the next mock draft is not going to be this retarded. Alright, it'll be last though, but I don't know what's going on.
You got that on video?
Yeah, of course I got it on video.
I think I broke my finger. Okay.
Alright, well, someone likes the camera. Alright, anyway, now number 25 pick, I have the San Diego
Wait, I
Chargers.
didn't go yet.
You go. Alright,
I have the who?
The Bengals.
The Bengals taking Andy Dalton, Ginger, out of Cincinnati. Great. No, he's out of Cincinnati. He's a great quarterback with
I hate Andy Dalton.
with orange hair and no soul. So yeah, he fits that scheme because they're an orange team. So yeah.
Okay, and I guess we're just gonna name starting quarterback.
No.
25 pick, I have the San Diego Chargers selecting Jason Verrett,
So do I.
quarterback at Texas
TCU.
Christian University.
Wait, what was that? Texans what?
Texas Christian University.
Really?
TCU, yep.
What if you're a Jew? You can't attend?
You probably can.
Okay.
But anyway, so I have Verrett going here. He's a small guy, but he's explosive. He's a really good player. He's a good tackler. Reason I don't have Marcus Joyner going here is because Marcus Joyner is going to play the slot in the NFL, and slot corners they need a man-to-man guy. They need a guy who can play on the outside, left or right corner. And I think Jason Verrett fits that very well. He also can kind of run support a little bit. He's feisty. I like him. Cornerback out of TCU. And then I have the 26th pick.
Wait, I also agreed with that pick. I also do think that Jason Verrett is going to go to the Chargers, and then as well as that, I do think Trey Mason will end up going to the Saints. No, I mean the Browns.
That's my next pick. He's just reading them. At the 26th pick, I have Trey Mason, running back out of Auburn, going to the Browns. Reason being is I like Trey Mason the best out of all running backs.
What about
the Black Mamba?
What about C-Strong?
The Black Mamba out of
C-Strong?
Oregon is fast as hell, but I think
He's gonna get hurt.
I just like Trey Mason. Just like something
What about
about him I like.
C-Strong?
Like C-Strong, I don't know. I think Trey Mason is more proven at the collegiate level. And
Yo, what is this thing?
it's a weight? It's a wrist weight?
A wrist weight.
Please don't throw that around though, because I don't want you to break my TV. Alright, so, yes, I have Trey Mason, running back out of Auburn, Lake C-Strong, Black Mamba, or Carlos High. No, I just don't remember his actual name. I just remember
Thomas.
It's out of Oregon, the running back out of Oregon.
D'Anthony Thomas.
I think that's his name. I can remember it, just call him Black Mamba. But he's any of these running backs. So running backs going here if it's a Browns pick. So I just like Trey Mason the best personally. It's personal preference.
Kyle, you can't rip the flag.
All the talents. I can rip whatever I want.
No, that's like a felony. You can't do that.
I can do whatever I want.
Alright, good. I'll put it there.
Anyway.
My turn. I have the Saints taking LaMarcus Joyner
That's
from.
what I wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. LaMarcus Joyner, cornerback from Texas.
No, he's out of Florida State.
That's what I meant. Florida
Yeah.
State, Texas, same difference.
No, there's not. Alright, so
Fuck
LaMarcus
no.
Joyner out of Florida State goes here. Saints, they got some good outside corners. They need an inside guy. And LaMarcus Joyner's going to play that slot position. Good tackler. Good blitzer. Rob Ryan loves blitzing. Yeah, LaMarcus Joyner, he's a great blitzer. I like him a lot at this pick. He's a little bit smaller guy.
Kyle, why do you have a deer
But,
horn?
it is an antler. And
Look, I'm Rudolph.
found it. And there you go. LaMarcus Joyner there. We are almost done with the first round.
You're not doing more than 2 rounds.
I'm doing a second round, but I'm just
going
going to do the later.
Mel Kiper.
but,
Mel Kiper's going to be
alright.
dead. Like, fucking
28, Carolina
He's like 8 years
Panthers.
old.
I have.
Wait, no, I didn't go.
You did go.
Okay, I have Brandon Cooks, wide
That's what
receiver
you
from
just-
Oregon
just
State.
reading my
They
thing.
need a wide receiver. Steve Smith is old, he's short. They have Ted Ginn, but he's more of a
You don't have
a
to take it
return-
anymore because he's going to be a free agent. So
a
is
more of a
Lavelle.
return guy. Yeah, Ted Ginn's going to go to the
Ted
Jaguars.
Ginn's had over
Shut
1,000
your mouth.
yards.
And Panthers will take Brandon Cooks, wide receiver from Oregon State.
Yes.
Go Beavers.
I have
Right,
Brandon
Oregon
Cooks here
State
too.
Beavers?
I believe so.
Yeah!
Alright, so I have Brandon Cooks here as well. Reason being is last time I had Jarvis Landry, and it's gonna be flip flop. It's literally gonna be a flip flop between Jarvis Landry and Brandon Cooks up until the draft day. Right now, I'm higher on Brandon Cooks because he's more explosive.
Yeah,
and
explosive.
with Ron Rivera, I think we can fit him in some more things, do more triple option plays. He's more of a guy that we can use well. We saw Ted Ginn accelerate in this offense. Brandon Cooks is a lot better, he's got better hands, comparison to Steve Smith. So what better guy to take Steve Smith's place once he moves on from the NFL, which hopefully isn't that soon, than Brandon Cooks, who a lot of people are saying is a lot like Steve Smith.
Alright, next pick. I have the 49ers
United is
selecting
the Patriots.
the Patriots selecting Jarvis Landry, wide receiver.
He's
LSU.
under my hand, I don't know how.
He's a large receiver. He's got speed. He's got hands. He's got hair and eyebrows and most likely pubic hairs. So
I think I know the rest of this.
that works, right, Kyle? Those are the reasons you
Best
gave me.
hand catcher in the collegiate level. He
No,
is
Sammy
explosive,
Watkins.
but, he's a better catcher.
Sammy Watkins catches everything.
He's a better catcher
Sammy
than
Watkins
Jarvis
catches everything.
Landry.
Really?
Watkins is more explosive. Watkins is a better route runner, but Jarvis
Watkins is
Landry
the
can
best.
catch better. He's a
Sammy
catch
Watkins,
traffic
if
guy.
you're watching
He's a
this,
bigger guy.
I love you.
He's more of the guy who's gonna fit into the Patriots kind of scheme. The big guys
Why do you have like
outside of
plastic
like
velociraptors?
they got like Julian Edelman. He's a free agent though.
Julian
and,
Edelman's overrated.
Danny Amendola is in the slot. Now they're gonna put instead of Aaron Dobson. They'll have Aaron Dobson probably on one side.
Oh, was he a restricted free agent?
No.
Oh.
And then Jarvis Landry is going to be on the outside. I think it's what's good. I think they need to go wide receiver here. First time I overlooked that need, which is a really big need for them in New England here. And then
I have the 49ers taking. The 49ers will be taking. Kyle, who are the 49ers taking?
Ryan Shazier,
Ryan Shazier,
inside linebacker,
inside linebacker
out of
Ohio State.
Derek Brooks clone.
Darren Brooks clone.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what that is.
Stop repeating me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will
Anyway.
stop repeating you. Anyway,
Navarro Bowman
Navarro
injury,
Bowman
is,
injury is
a big part of
is
this.
a big part
Can
of
you
it.
stop? It's
Okay.
really annoying.
Hi,
No,
I promise you
I
this
have
video will get more views because I'm
Two
in
more picks, and then I can probably like
it. I flicked you in the air.
no. Okay. I can do the second round after this, but Ryan Shazier, inside linebacker of Ohio State, is a lot like Derek Brooks, and I think he's going to be a guy who's going to really benefit this team. Now, Navarro Bowman injury, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to come back next season.
What?
He's
He's
gonna.
definitely
I
coming
think he's
back.
gonna be injured throughout the entire season. He tore his ACL and MCL and
I tore my
LCL.
ACL, MCL, and QCL,
Dude,
and I'm out.
It was a nasty injury.
It was hilarious. I saw it live.
It was a pretty nasty injury.
He looks like one of those flexible guys. Like,
All right. Anyway, so I think Ryan Shazer's gonna come in
I'm just
here.
kidding.
He's gonna do a good job in Navarro
I'm
Bowman's
sorry to interrupt
absence.
you, but Kevin Ware had the most horrific injury. And
Can you shh? My God,
What happened?
I'm trying to finish.
People actually want to watch this, Kyle. How would you shut your mouth?
We
and
actually
pay
do.
attention?
And then Patrick Willis, he's
Kyle,
getting
imagine
up
if
there
your
in
fish
age.
tank were like a hammer to
So I have him taking the place of Navarro Bowman. He's going to learn in this 49ers scheme, and the 49ers are our team with not a lot of needs. I see them trading this with Jacksonville. Here, please put the guitar down. And then
Wait, what are you trading with Jacksonville? What's going
I
on?
had the 49ers trading this pick down with Jacksonville. Jacksonville will take Derek Carr here. They'll still take the same picks, so just switch flip-flop for the extra year of the contract. And yeah, Ryan Shazier, inside linebacker of Ohio State, is going to be a really good pick here.
Yeah, of course.
only reason that they could take this pick is because they don't have
You
very
think
many.
Kaepernick's better than Alex Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 31, the Broncos. I have them taking Walt Aikens.
They lost by a lot.
I have them taking Walt Aikens, cornerback out of Liberty. He's a big.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Oh, who's the
I like
tight end
them a lot.
The tight end from UNC's going to the Seahawks, right?
No, I already had.
Jace Amararu.
That's not UNC. That's my next pick, but that's not out of UNC. It's Jason Morrow anyway. But Walt Aikens, cornerback out of Liberty, he really surprised me at the Senior Bowl. He's a great cover guy. I really like him. I think.
Who's going to be the quarterback for the Broncos next year?
Peyton Manning.
No, he's going to retire.
He's not retiring. Anyway.
Oh, he's not going to win another Super
Walt
Bowl.
Aikens, cornerback out of Liberty. He's a good tackler. He's a good cover guy. For me, I see a lot of upside in Walt Aikens. I see a guy who can keep getting better and better every year. Will he go in the first round? I'm not sure. If I was drafting, he would be in the first round. But I'm not 100% sure if he's going to go here at this point in time. I think we'll see throughout the combine and everything if he manages to go here. But I don't think that I think he's much better than Bradley Roby. Aaron Coleman suffered that ACL injury. I think Walt Aikens, cornerback out of Liberty, is going to be good here for the Broncos. They have to go the cornerback. They can't go anywhere else. They got Calvin Harris, got an ACL. He's also a free agent.
You talk way too much. Nobody wants to hear you.
And they need another cornerback. Champ Bailey's old. Dominique Raj-Kumar, for some reason, wants to retire. So, I mean, Walt Aikens, cornerback out of Liberty here. Look into him more. You'll like him. And my final pick in the first round, we'll do the second round in a little bit. I have the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl champions selecting Jace Amaro, tight end.
I just touched this white stuff
out
on
of
this
Texas
cup.
Tech.
What's up with the jock strap? There's
I don't
white stuff on it.
know.
Ew, I just touched it.
Okay, I am back for the start of the second round here. I'm alone. I don't know what the hell that was. Changed the pace a little bit, but yeah, next mock draft coming out. For your information, just letting you know, all the information is going to be that I'm going to be trying to. I have plenty of time. I'll be putting out a mock draft once, possibly twice a week, depending on the week. I'm going to try to do some videos on maybe the combine, guys that like a certain positions. I'm going to be making more and more videos like that. I'm not exactly sure what you can expect from me, but I know you can expect at least a mock draft a week for sure. Subscribe to my channel, do all that, yada yada yada. Second round. Oh yeah, my ultimate goal is probably by the end of the combine, I will have a 7-round mock. Yes. And if I talk for an hour about one round, oh god, I'd be here all day for the 7-round mock draft. Anyway, second round. Now look, the reason I do second rounds, especially with this draft, is this draft has so much talent that if I leave out a mock draft without talking about some of these guys, I feel like it's just wrong. I just feel like I can't leave out certain guys in this draft class to talk about. I want to explain, the prospects. So when you go out there, if you want to listen to my video and go make your own mock draft, you can use your own personal opinions and put guys here and there, and you've never heard of them because I told you about them. This is my second round, but they may be in your first. So look, starting with the second round, this is my favorite. I like these guys because you all know the stars. You all know the Clownies, you all know the Bridgewater, the Manziels, Sammy Watkins, even Anthony Barr now. You all know who these guys are. You know who these guys are. You already know who they are. You know they're stars. You know these are top 10 picks. What you don't know is the second round through 7th round. You don't really know these guys. And the end of the first. So the end of the rounds are hard. The top of the rounds are pretty easy because the teams have a lot of needs. But the end of the rounds are hard. Anyway, we're going to start off the second round with the Houston Texans selecting Deon Buchanan, strong safety out of Washington State. Big hitter. That is what we knew him as. We knew him as a big hitter. We knew he could stop the run. That's what we knew out of college. And then the Senior Bowl. Now he's shown that he can play excellent pass coverage. And he's moving himself up to the #1 strong safety. And if the Chicago Bears do select Calvin Pryor at the 14th pick, the Green Bay Packers will select Deon Buchanan at the 21st pick. So Deon Buchanan, a strong safety out of Washington State, will go to the Texans. They need help in that secondary as well as at the quarterback position. There's a lot more. See, like I'm talking about, there's a lot more places they can go besides Clowney. To help this team overall as a whole, the first round, They need a franchise quarterback, and then they get the safety. They need a free safety and a strong safety. I believe the best safety available at this point is Deon Buchanan, strong safety out of Washington State. So we'll go with the strong safety first. Redskins. Now, to be honest with you, the Redskins are one of the teams that I don't know that much about. I'm not the biggest on them. And here I have DeMarcus Lawrence, the defensive end slash outside linebacker out of Boise State. I know this team has Rakpo and Ryan Kerrigan, and they have a nose of Cofield, but he played in a 3-4 in Boise State as a defensive end, and he's graded out as a top 50 prospect. So, with that being said, he's already succeeded in the 3-4 scheme. You put him right back in the 3-4 scheme. They did get a new coach. I don't know what's going on. I'm just judging off of last year, the schemes that they had last year. It's making my life a lot easier. I don't know too much, with the exception of Mike Zimmer. I don't know too much about the brand new coaches in the NFL. I do know the schemes of last year, and with that being said, DeMarcus Lawrence fits 3-4 defensive end. He did well at Boise State. Guys have done well in college in that scheme. If you're going to draft into that scheme, I would say keep him there. Yes, I like to see DeMarcus Lawrence go here to the Redskins with their first pick. Redskins have a long, long way to go till they're back to the top. They have a long way. They still got RG3, but they have a long way. They have a lot of needs and not a lot of picks. But here we go. 35th pick, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Derek Carr, quarterback out of Fresno State. Big arm. Big arm. Hell of a lot of potential. See, questions about the scheme he ran at Fresno State. His Senior Bowl week is being solidified as the number 4 quarterback behind Bridgewater, Manziel, Bortles, and Carr. I think Carr can jump Bortles, but Carr is more NFL ready than Bortles, but Bortles has so much more potential. It's just unbelievable. They both need work, but Carr to the Jaguars in the second round, that's pretty good for Jacksonville fans. Clowney and Carr can't do much better than that right now. So, yeah, the 36th pick, I have the Cleveland Browns selecting Davante Adams, wide receiver out of Fresno State. A good route runner, very good route runner. He's got good hands. He's another one of these guys. A lot of these guys are going to see in my second round. I guess have good Senior Bowl weeks. You're going to see the fluctuation in the draft based on the Senior Bowl and guys that are high. You saw that I put D4 to the 20th pick. He could drop down based on his combines and whatnot, but I see like these guys are showing me. I know they have potential. They're showing me how they can do it against NFL talent or elite talent, or like an all-star game. So Davante Adams, great Senior Bowl week, shows how he can run his routes, shows he can catch the ball, shows he can get into open space. So I really like him to the Browns. He can catch. Greg Little can't catch. I don't know if they can catch. So Browns Davante Adams. And I like the Browns taking their wide receiver here. They can also go Odell Beckham Jr. out of LSU, or Paul Richardson out of Colorado. So they can go at numerous by Jordan Mathis out of Vanderbilt. They can go multiple situations. I just have the main focus is that I have them going wide receiver. Davante Adams is who I'm going to take first. Alright, next. Raiders. Paul Richardson, wide receiver out of Colorado. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about Paul Richardson. All I know is he's a top 50 prospect. And I know that's all I know. I just know Paul Richardson, Colorado. I don't know too much about college, to be honest with you. I just know he's a good wide receiver, and they need wide receivers there. Yes, I don't have them going quarterback. I do not. I think if Pryor and McGloin are as bad as naming a first-round quarterback, the team won't succeed next year. They're not a Super Bowl ready team. They're not teams that are quarterback away from being a Super Bowl, or like the Kansas City Chiefs were last year. They're not a team that's like one player away. They're a team that is a lot of players away. They're one of the teams that is the worst case in the NFL. So with that being said, I think they can hold off on quarterback as of now. Not this draft. I think they'll select a quarterback in this draft class, but I don't think it'll be quite yet. I think they're trading out. I really do think they're trading out of that first round pick, and I think they might get a 1 and another 2. So that other second round pick, I would probably see them going Jimmy Garoppolo. But for now, I have Paul Richardson, wide receiver of Colorado. I gotta look more into this guy. I don't know too much about him. I will learn more about him, but I know he's a top 50 prospect, and wide receiver, they need a wide receiver. There you go, plain and simple. Alright, Falcons. I have them. The Falcons are gonna get this draft for them. If the way it works out based on team needs is at the 38th pick, they're getting a steal. It's gonna be D4 or it's gonna be Coney Ely, and it's based on need. You're thinking teams need pass rushers, but they also need other needs. There's a lot of good pass rushers in this draft, outside linebackers especially, but there's not a lot of teams that need them. Teams that need them and get them in the first round, and that's it. But Falcons will take Coney Ely, defensive end, out of defensive end outside linebacker. He's gonna play an outside linebacker in the scheme out of Missouri. I think the Falcons are gonna have a good draft here based on their first and second round pick. Have guys with tons of upside, and also play really well in collegiate level. But Coney Ely, most people have him as a first round grade. Almost everybody has him as a first round grade. I have him as a first round grade. I'm going in the second round based on need. Based on team need is the only reason why I have Coney Ely, the outside linebacker / defensive end, will probably be an outside linebacker at the NFL level out of Missouri. Alright, 39 of the Buccaneers taking Trent Murphy. I didn't even put him as an outside linebacker because he's not playing outside linebacker. Defensive end at Stanford. He's gonna fall. I feel like he's gonna fall. But I don't know. They got Lovie Smith, didn't they? Yeah. Lovie Smith is their coach. I believe. I don't know so much about the scheme right now, but listen. Last year I know the scheme. The middle linebacker and the right outside linebacker, Levante David, did most of the linebacking duties. Their left outside linebacker was kind of irrelevant because they didn't really need that elite left outside linebacker because he doesn't go in the scheme that much. It's a 4-3. The left outside linebacker kind of comes in and out, so that's not a big need for this team. A defensive end is, though. I mean, they need another guy who can press passer. Their run stopping is great. I think Trent Murphy's strength in the line of scrimmage is going to be the only reason why he has a chance as a second round grade. I think I would take a chance on Trent Murphy if I'm the Buccaneers. If I'm the Buccaneers, I'm taking a chance on him. If I'm not the Buccaneers, I'm not really taking a chance on him because I don't see a ton of upside with him. He's not a guy with a ton of athleticism. I think he can. I have him going here. This is what they're gonna take as a pick, but he can possibly be bust in my opinion. He's on the downfall. I like guys going on unauthorized. I'm not guys going on the downfall. So Trent Murphy, defensive end at Stanford. Iffy pick here for the Buccaneers, but again, team not a lot of needs. I would say another corner would. It's probably going to be picked from free agency in my opinion. I think they're going to go corner in free agency. So Trent Murphy, defensive end at Stanford. There's a lot of talent on the defense. I think Greg Schiano really was a problem last year. It wasn't the talent. It really was Greg Schiano's coaching scheme, whatever it was. It didn't work. It's going to be fixed now. A lot of talent. There's a lot of talent on this team, and I really was disappointed with their season this year. I thought they had a good chance of making the playoffs. Yeah. So long enough on that pick. Next pick, we had the Vikings taking Josh Huff, wide receiver out of Oregon. I like him a lot. He is explosive. It's Oregon. What do you expect? He's out of Oregon. He's going to be explosive. Good catcher of the ball. He showed his ability to run routes at the Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl week, practice week with Senior Bowls. He showed his abilities to run routes and be an actual NFL wide receiver, not just a speed guy. Good hands catcher. The Vikings need a wide receiver. Cordell Patterson is going to be good, but he's still raw. They need a guy that can catch the ball for Blake Bortles, whoever they may draft in, as a quarterback. They need some help here. So Josh Huff, wide receiver out of Oregon. I'm taking, as you can tell, I'm kind of, sometimes I overlook guys by accident. You'll see with this next pick. Sometimes when I'm going through my list of guys, I'm seeing where I rank wide receivers and where I rank with certain teams. Occasionally, I will accidentally skip over a guy, and in order to change that pick, I have to change everything. So I end up just moving him down. This is what happened here at the Bills at 41. I have Odell Beckham Jr., wide receiver out of LSU. I just overlooked him. In my honest opinion, I think switch Devontae Adams, wide receiver out of Fresno State, with Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham to the Browns, Devontae Adams to the Bills. Again, Bills, they don't have to go wide receiver here. They do not have to go wide receiver. I think it's a guy with talent here. Surround EJ Manuel with a lot of talent. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. Over talent is okay at this point. Potential for Buffalo, to be honest with you. Potential. They got a good potential here. I don't see a problem with Odell Beckham Jr. here with the Buffalo Bills. I don't think you can go wrong here surrounding your young quarterback with more talent than possibly needed. Alright, anyway. Lions. Another wide receiver. This is, I told you, this is why I didn't have to go Sammy Watkins in the first round. This is why I don't think that, the Raiders at the number 5 pick had to go. They don't have to go wide receiver, because look at how much wide receiver talent there is in the second round. There's a ton of wide receivers in this draft class. There's going to be guys coming up to the combine. There's so many wide receivers in this draft class that can help you out a lot. So, that being said, the Lions will take Jordan Matthews, wide receiver out of Vanderbilt. Another one of these guys that I don't know too much about. I gotta look more into these guys' tapes. I just know the top prospects. I know that the Lions need another wide receiver. Obviously, Calvin Johnson. Anybody can help. So Jordan Matthews, why not? I mean, Matthew Stafford just throws it to Calvin Johnson every game, and when he can't, there's problems. So I think this new coach is gonna help a lot. They just need to get somebody else there. Somebody else besides Jim Schwartz. Jordan Matthews, wide receiver out of Vanderbilt, to the 42nd pick for the Lions. Next, Tennessee Titans. Bradley Roby, cornerback out of Ohio State. I believe they're going to lose Alteron Werner to free agency. I'm very intrigued to see where he goes. I'd love to see him go to Carolina. I would love Werner to Carolina. That would help a lot. That'd be really good. But anyway, Titans, I believe they're going to lose him. Free agency. That being said, Bradley Roby, cornerback out of Ohio State, would be a good pick here if that happens. Another one of these teams that I need to look more into is Tennessee Titans, to figure out their needs and whatnot. And I know they need safety, and I know that they could do the quarterback. I sometimes overlook things. I had a guy written down. I'm just gonna take a look at it right now. I don't think he was written down. Did I? No, I did not. Anyway, let's see. Next mock draft. For right now, we have Bradley Roby, cornerback out of Ohio State, going to the Tennessee Titans at the 43rd pick. 44th pick, we have the first guard taken. It's Cyril Richardson, left guard out of Baylor. Pass blocker, good. He's most pass blocker. He's a great pass blocker. Baylor, pass blocker. That's what you're gonna get out of Baylor. But yeah, they need help anyway. He's a big guy, so therefore he can obviously play around. He can learn techniques. Cyril Richardson is really just gonna help out this offensive line. He's one of the most talented guards he is the most talented guard in the draft. Big upside. Definitely NFL capable at the moment. Definitely NFL ready to play left guard in the NFL. I really do think so. This is really a great shift from last year where we had guards in the top 10, and now we got first guards taken at the 44th pick. Does he have the ability of a Jonathan Cooper? Yes. Or a Chance Warmack? More of a Jonathan Cooper kind of comparison. But the thing is that those knees are now gone. In the top 10, they're gone. They did them last year, therefore not this year. There's not too many needs for guard. Cyril Richardson, left guard out of Baylor. is 44th overall pick to the Giants. And they were followed by another guard, the Rams. Gabe Jackson, offensive guard, Mississippi State. Big guy. I like him a lot. He's a good run blocker. The Rams have Zach Stacy in the backfield, along with Benny Cunningham and Daryl Richardson and Isaiah Peed. But Gabe Jackson, big guy, he's helped that Mississippi State run offense function there. And he's a big guy. I really like him. Good personality. Watched some interviews with him. And Senior Bowl. Watching the Senior Bowl. He's a good guy. He's good. I think he can be a very good player in the NFL. I think he's really going to help out this Rams team. This Rams offensive line is going to be really greatly improved in 2014. You'll see it a lot. It's going to be really improved based on the draft class. And I think the Rams are another one of these teams that has so much talent built around them. It's just waiting for the day where it all clicks together. And it will come soon. I promise you it will come soon. This draft class is going to be one of the draft classes that's going to close them together and is going to solidify this Rams team as one of the elite teams in the NFL. Their division is very difficult, but they can be good. Sam Bradford is going to finally get the protection he needs to succeed, and he's going to do it in a big way next season. Mike Evans, Tavon Austin, and he's got Zach Stacy in the back. It's a young team. The defense is very, very good, very athletic, very new. I like this Rams team as one of these teams on the rise in the NFL. Alright, anyway. Next, I have the Bears taking Jimmy Ward, safety out of Northern Illinois. Another one of these guys that I watched the Senior Bowl. I love these guys in the Senior Bowl. I was liking them. See, you'll see when they combine. I'll have some guys that I know for a fact are not going where I put them, but I put them as guys that I like. If I like Walt Aikens out of Liberty, and I want him to be one of my top corners, and I want him in the first round, I can put him there. It's my mock draft. I can do whatever I want. This is not me predicting what. This mock draft is not me. My mock drafts are not me going, I think the Broncos GM is going to take Walt Aikens with the 31st overall pick. If I'm the GM of the Denver Broncos, I will take Walt Aikens with the 31 overall pick. That's me. I'm taking my personal opinion. Scout's point of view. Alright. Anyway. So the Bears taking Jimmy Ward, safety out of Northern Illinois. Like I said, they're going to move off this defensive front. I think they're going to go, first they're going to go defensive line, then they're going to go secondary because they need this guy. And in the middle, if you can stop him here, you stop him at the line of scrimmage, and you can stop the big runs. The linebackers are going to have more success because they don't have as much pressure on their backs. Jonathan Bostic was a rookie last year, so they're going to have to keep him developing. Lance Briggs should be healthier this year. He's still on his way out of the NFL. So they're going to try to take a linebacker later in this draft. I can also see them going either Christian Jones, linebacker out of Florida State here, or I have him down here somewhere, I believe. I do not. Wow, I'm shocked. Kyle Van Noy out of BYU, I can also see going here for sure. That's a possibility. I'm sorry, I hit the microphone. But another thing, listen, I'm gonna go back to this point because I didn't get to talk about him as much as I really wanted to. It's just very far back. This is off topic a lot, but this is at the 30th pick. I had the 49ers taking inside linebacker Ryan Shazier. I love Ryan Shazier. I think he can be a Hall of Fame type guy. I've seen people compare him to Derek Brooks, so I took more looks at him. And when I put them side by side, he is like Derek Brooks. He really is. Look, I can see a team like the Bears trying to make a push because the 49ers do not have that much needs. I mean, Kyle Van Noy in a second round scenario for the 49ers instead of their first round pick on a guy they're gonna probably take for a year, might be more beneficial to them. So, with that being said, I see the 49ers trading that pick away. Any team get it. The Jaguars might get it because they want David Carr in the first round. The Bears might get it because they want Ryan Shazier in the first round. There's a lot of teams out there that's going to really... That pick is going to be traded, I guarantee you. A lot of teams are going to want that pick for a number of different reasons. And Ryan Shazier, inside linebacker at Ohio State, is the guy that needs. I want to see him on that Bears defense. I really do. So I'm hoping that they make a trade up there for him. And who knows? They can even take him with their 14th overall pick. We don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping for a Timmy Jernigan pick and then a trade into the first round for the Bears to try to pick up that Ryan Shazier. If I'd love to see him in that Bears defense, I really would like to see that happen. I'm hoping for that. Alright, anyway. Next pick, I have the Steelers doubling up on offensive tackles and have them taking Morgan Moses, offensive tackle out of Virginia. They're drafting Taylor Lewan, who is going to be a left tackle for sure. Morgan Moses has the body type to be a right tackle, and he has the feet. He could play left tackle, but why not have an even better right tackle? He can also pass block and also run block. Why not have him? Like, why have a below average potential kind of guy left tackle, or a guy who's NFL ready, big time right tackle? He can play really good right tackle. And why not have the guy excel? Too good for right tackle? Can't be too good. If you can Taylor Lewan and Morgan Moses, this offensive line automatically comes better. And then you can get guards in the later round, and that can help them out along. They need one more guard. That's it. They need one more guard. I think Xavier Suafilo out of UCLA can be a later third round pick for maybe the Steelers or somebody else that can help out this offensive line. But Taylor Lewan, I'm just gonna say in third round I've done nothing with the third round yet. So this is completely a possibility, just a possibility if this happens. You got Taylor Lewan, left tackle out of Michigan State. Then you got left guard Xavier Suafilo out of UCLA. Then you got center. You got Mike Pouncey out of I don't care what he's out of. I don't know. Mike Pouncey in the center, and then you got right David DeCastro, and you got right tackle Morgan Moses. That's a pretty good offensive line in my opinion. So I look to see the Steelers, another one of these teams, greatly improved offensive line next season based on this draft class. You got the Rams, you got the Steelers, both going to improve their offensive lines a lot in this draft class. Look forward to see that, and you'll see it more in my complete down the draft list. We're in the second round now. We completed the second round. Hopefully my next one I can get at least halfway through the third round, see what happens there. Alright, moving on. Next pick. I have the Baltimore Ravens selecting Keith McGill, cornerback out of Utah. Strong showing at the Senior Bowl once again. I'm pulling for this kid because he's really starting. When the Senior Bowl, he looks like he had a good knack for press coverage and he just seemed to be a good cover guy. The Ravens, they don't have a horrible secondary. And a guy like Keith McGill can be one of those guys that they can develop into a starting cornerback. Maybe on special teams right now, but a second round pick for Keith McGill. He could possibly work his way to number 2 or number 3 corner on this team. He definitely can. He has the talent to do so, and I think he's gonna be one of these guys. If you take him in the second round, a team like Baltimore, you can develop him into a better guy here. That being said, I just remember that they did not have a left tackle. We'll see. You will be seeing a change in the next mock draft. I can assure you of that one. Okay. 49. Dallas Cowboys selecting Christian Jones, linebacker out of Florida State. This guy is very versatile. He can play anywhere. He can honestly play anywhere. He can play outside. He can play inside. He can play. He can rush the passer. He can cover zones. I think he's gonna be one of these guys. He'll probably be middle to outside, obviously middle or outside linebacker. Thank you very much. I think he's going to be more of like a linebacker, like a typical run stopper or outside linebacker. Not really a pass rush type. He can rush the passer if need be, but he's not going to be that guy. Aldon Smith, on the outside. He's not going to be that kind of guy. Just saying Aldon Smith because that's what everyone knows since he's the linebacker. He was Von Miller, Aldon Smith. Those kind of guys. He's not going to be like that. He's going to be sneaky athletic. Sorry, not sneaky athletic. He's very athletic and shows it. And he can play multiple positions. I can see Christian Jones moving up throughout this draft process. Another Senior Bowl standout. Alright. 50th pick, I have the Jets selecting Ryan Grant, wide receiver out of Tulane. Great route runner, excelled at Tulane. Really, really, really good receiver. I think he has a ton of upside, and I think he's just going to keep getting better and better and better. Showed a great showing of practice in the senior role. Really, really well. Did really, really well for himself. He made a name for himself at senior role. Great collegiate stats. Played at Tulane, so it's a little bit lower competition, but it's okay in my opinion. I think that Ryan Grant is going to be one of these guys that the Jets are going to love and they're going to take. And I think he's going to be a good receiver at the next level. I think he's a good guy for a young quarterback because he can make your quarterback a lot better. Eric Ebron and Ryan Grant. Santonio Holmes, if he manages to stay healthy, that's a good receiving core. And Stephen Hill, so much talent. I wanted to see him do good. It was terrible. Anyway, that's that. The next pick, the Miami Dolphins take Cyrus Kouandjio, offensive tackle out of Alabama. He will not stay here. I'll find a home for him. I promise you, he will not stay at the 51st pick. If he does, my God, did they get a steal? Because he has the talent to be a franchise left tackle. He really does. First round I have him going Zach Martin. He can play left tackle, but he's made his. It just shows that he can play everywhere. So a very, very good guard, a very, very good guard, and then a franchise left tackle. You're on your way here. You're on your way. You can play right, but Cyrus Kouandjio, left tackle out of Alabama. If he's still available here, the Dolphins will be ecstatic to have him. I really don't think he'll be here though. Alright, next pick we have the Arizona Cardinals selecting James Hurst, offensive tackle out of North Carolina. Another one of these guys that had a down season, injuries, but I wrote him down. He was probably the first guy I wrote down this year as a prospect. James Hurst really impressed me out of North Carolina. I think he definitely has the potential of being a franchise left tackle. I really do. Injuries kind of held him back from being first round talent this year, but I still think he's one of the best tackles in this draft. And I do think that Hurst will show himself in the NFL and he'll really become that franchise left tackle that they wanted him to be. Alright. Then the 53rd pick, I have Annard. Where did I get that from? I have the Green Bay Packers selecting Aaron Donald, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. Alright, so he's a defensive tackle at Pitt during college. When I say a 3-4 versatile defensive end, I don't mean he is obviously versatile, but I mean that's the player type. His player type, he's going to end up being a 3-4 versatile defensive end. It means he can play inside and he can play outside. So he's a bit small for the defensive tackle position. So most of the teams that I see needing defensive tackles in this draft class are wanting run stoppers. Run stopper who can pass too, that's really good, but they really want a defensive tackle who can run stop. A team like the Green Bay Packers, who have that 3-4, Aaron Donald would really help them out. Their pass rushing is a little bit shabby. It's not very good. I think this is going to help him out a lot. He's very, very versatile. I think he's going to be better fit at defensive end in the NFL level, but I see B.J. Raji is a defensive end. He's huge. So in that system, so I think he's gonna really help out that Packers defense. Real steal here at 53 if he's managed to stay there. All right, 54 the Eagles. Jalen Saunders, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Plain simple. I have him going wide receiver here. I'm probably gonna switch Cyrus Kouandjio to the Ravens. I'm probably gonna switch Keith McGill to the Eagles, and I'm probably gonna switch James something. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Anyway, Jalen Saunders, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Good Senior Bowl week again. Another one of these guys that one of the best receivers out there. Really like him a lot. Saw him good at Senior Bowl. Nothing I can really say too much about him, but yeah, there you go. Jalen Saunders, wide receiver out of Oklahoma to the Eagles. All right, 55. I have Dominic Easley, defensive lineman, and I guess he's I was going to put defensive lineman because instead I didn't want to write 3-4 versatile defensive end every time, but this is what I mean. Out of Florida. Now he was a defensive tackle at Florida, but again, the Chiefs scheme, Tyson Jackson I believe he's a free agent, so he won't be there next year. Replace him with Dominique Easley, and you have been even better. You've upgraded. Tyson Jackson is not bad whatsoever. He's a great run stopper, but he's not a very good pass rusher. Dominique Easley can do both, and I really like him in this scheme. He's really helped out, make that Chiefs defense even better. Like, that pass rush is just going to be phenomenal next year if Dominique Easley goes here. If he didn't suffer an ACL injury this year, I believe he had an ACL injury. I know he missed the entire season. I believe it was an ACL injury. He would be a first-round draft pick if it wasn't for that. So Dominique Easley, defensive lineman, defensive end, 3/4 versatile defensive end out of Florida. Alright, the Bengals. I have them going Aaron Colvin, cornerback out of Oklahoma, towards ACL Senior Bowl week. But he's young. ACL injuries to young guys, rookies, they're not as devastating as they are to a 29-year-old or like a 30-year-old or even a guy like 26, 27. Even 26, 27, it's a little bit shabby, but a guy who's still developing and still getting bigger and stronger. An ACL injury, yes, it's bad. Yes, it's not something good. Yes, it's going to hinder your draft stock because he might not be ready for the opening week. I still think that he'll be a second, at least he won't go past the second round. Aaron Colvin, cornerback at Oklahoma. I don't believe he's going to miss the entire season. I do believe he'll miss the first game, but I think he can come back in there and be a steal if he plays if he plays 80% as well as he was projected to play before the ACL injury. He still will be a steal at the 56th pick. So he had a great Senior Bowl. He just had a phenomenal week before he tore the ACL. But yeah, Aaron Colvin, cornerback out of Oklahoma, goes here to the Bengals. Alright, 57 had the Chargers selecting Pierre DeServe, cornerback out of Lindenwood, another guy with a great Senior Bowl week. And I'm finding corners all over the place. I like it. Pierre DeServe, cornerback out of Lindenwood, another one of these small school guys, can catch the ball very well for the cornerback position. Good cover guy. The Chargers need just more corners. I have them taking Jason Verrett. Now they have him taking Pierre DeServe and Lindenwood. He might not be as NFL ready as Jason Verrett is. Jason Verrett is ready to go in week 1 and play corner, starting or second. DeServe, I think he's going to be forced into that starting number 2 corner role, and he might rise to the occasion or he may not. He's one of the two. He's either going to rise to the occasion, become a steal at this pick, or he's just going to flatten out and not do that well, and maybe take more time to develop. But I still think he's going to be a solid NFL player. Could possibly potentially be a star if he is taught right and then approves himself. Alright. Next, I have the first pick for the Indianapolis Colts. I have them taking Jake Mewhort, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. I know nothing about him. I just was watching him in the Senior Bowl. I was watching he was winning his one-on-ones. He was doing good. That's all I know. I just watched him in the Senior Bowl. That's all I know from this pick. I saw him in the Senior Bowl. Saw him doing good. Solid week of practice. Very good. And the Colts just need help on the offensive line. They really do. There's no way I can see them drafting a running back here. Some people will be like, yeah, running back with Trent Richardson. That offensive line, I'm telling you, the offensive line was a big reason why Richardson did not excel in Indianapolis. They do need another guy here. They could possibly go guard, but tackle would work probably better. Offensive line pretty much here for the Colts. And again, I don't know these picks I have to look more into. What you realize is when you go through the first round, most people do first round mock drafts only. When you're going through the first round, the teams that are in the first round, you can expose their needs and weigh out the options. You've heard many different opinions on where they can go. Meaning you know all the options. I know those teams better. I know what they need. I know their needs. I know the needs that the teams have better than I know the Washington Redskins needs, and I know the Indianapolis Colts. I know the Indianapolis Colts need offensive linemen, but I don't know the potential prospects because we haven't seen people throw them out that often. Because they're not in the first round and they have a late second round pick, so people don't always include them. Redskins sometimes do because it's in the second pick in the second round, so sometimes they'll just throw them in there and be like, here you go. But yeah, so the Indianapolis Colts with both offensive linemen. As of now, I have them going Jack Newhart, offensive tackle of Ohio State. Just picked the biggest name guy. He was good. He was good in the Senior Bowl week. I liked him a lot, Senior Bowl. But will he stay here? Yeah, probably. For now, I'm gonna see what else I can find. But for now, Jake Newhart, offensive tackle out of Ohio State, goes here. At the 59th pick, the Saints get an absolute steal in Daquan Jones, defensive tackle out of Penn State. He's gonna play this. They need another guy on the inside of the defensive tackle position. I think he's big enough to play in their scheme. He's more. He can really rush the passer well for a defensive tackle. So I feel like he's gonna help them out a lot here. Playing some Daquan Jones. I wrote down a couple notes. Let me check. I'm kind of getting a block here. But alright. So he's 6'3", 318. Big guys. He can play in a 3-4, or he can play in a 4-man front defensive tackle. It doesn't really matter. Obviously, he's got a lot of quickness, quick feet, strong hands. He's got a powerful base. Now, what I like about him is he's got a great point of attack. He can spin the defenses, split double teams, and really burst. He's got a burst, the feet burst to the quarterback, to the running back. Good swim move. Like him, he can work out very well in that Saints defense, and the guy could rush the quarterback. More guys rush the quarterback. Okay, with the next pick in the draft, the 60th pick in the NFL draft, I have the Carolina Panthers selecting Stanley Jean-Baptiste, the cornerback out of Nebraska. Height, weight, speed. I like him a lot. I kind of saved him. I could have put him a lot earlier, but I kind of saved him because I wanted to go to Carolina. This is one of these guys that is bumped up in the draft because, for me, this is for me drafting, I don't think he'll go in the second round, but I think he definitely has the talent to. He's a big guy, height, weight, speed. That's what I talk about when I talk about Stanley Jean-Baptiste, cornerback out of Nebraska. He needs to work a bit on his cover skills, but he definitely has the athletic ability to be an elite cornerback. When I think of guys to compare him to, I think of Brandon Browner. Big guy, he can tackle for sure. He's a good man-to-man guy. I think he needs to work on his zones, and he needs to work on zones. He can work zones. He can play press. He can play man-to-man very well. He's a big guy. I think he's gonna do well in Carolina. Got to Wonderland. Hopefully, I still have another contract. I believe so. I don't know. I'll look more into that. But Stanley Jean-Baptiste, cornerback out of Nebraska. I would love it if Pets got him here. So just get the wide receiver down, and then you got the cornerback down. I don't think Panthers going to Super Bowl. I'm a Panthers fan, so let that be said there. Alright, next guy is the Patriots going to take Karan Reed, defensive lineman out of Princeton. Okay, so I wrote down my notes for this guy. I really, really liked him. I love his ability to be very versatile. I literally wrote defensive lineman because I don't know where he play. I think he's going to play anywhere along that defensive line in New England. I really, really like him. I think he's got the athletic ability to be one of those next level defenders, and he might be bumped up as I find out more information about him, find more tape on him. He's out of Princeton, so definitely not as much national exposure as a guy like someone out of Ohio State or Auburn or Alabama or something like that. But he's definitely a guy who's got a lot of athletic ability, and he has he has a lot of potential. And I think in New England he might fit very, very well. And he might do very, very well in my system. I really think that I like Karan Reed. I have a good feeling about him. Great Senior Bowl week, and I really have a good feeling about him. Alright, 49ers. DeAndre Coleman, defensive lineman out of California. Another one of these guys is a defensive lineman that's very versatile. He's a defensive lineman. I don't know where, but he's a defensive lineman. And the 49ers, he's going to be a depth guy for now. He's going to be taught very well. He's got a lot of talent. But this team, the 49ers team, is probably one of the most complete teams in the NFL. So I think he's going to have a lot of time to develop. Great Senior Bowl week. I can see him going with the younger guy here instead of a senior. I think he can go with like a redshirt sophomore or like a junior. Someone will get even more time to develop because he's probably going to be a backup for now or a sub-package guy. They still got Tank Carrot in there. So I don't know exactly here, but I just put DeAndre Coleman because I like him a lot. So defensive line's probably the best position here. Or instead of Shazer, because I had Shazer in this draft, because I can't predict trades. But for mock draft purposes, I'm not predicting trades. But let's say they did make a trade out of that 30th pick and they did not get Shazer. Here would be Kyle Van Noy, linebacker out of BYU. He's most comfortable in the Sam position. I'm talking about here because I really expect a trade. He's most comfortable in the Sam linebacker position, as he said himself, but he can play all over the linebacker court. He can pretty much play everywhere. He has a knack for having the ball in his hands, and as a defensive player, that's something that really impresses you because he's not supposed to have the ball in his hands, but he's a defensive linebacker, and he's always got the ball in his hands, always making good plays. Kyle Van Noy out of BYU, he would be a great sub for Navarro Bowman for the season, because I really think Navarro Bowman is coming back next season. He'll be back the year after, but this year he won't be. He probably miss the entire season. So, Navarro Bowman in replacement, Kyle Van Noy, if they trade that pick. So, I think it's also more realistic, in my opinion, because a first-round draft pick on a guy that really going to use for 1 year seems kind of crazy. A second-round draft pick on a guy that you're going to use for 1 year and then progress doesn't seem nearly as crazy. So, I can see Kyle Van Noy going here if that trade happens. So there you go. It's either DeAndre Coleman, defensive lineman at California, or Kyle Van Noy, linebacker at BYU. Alright, we're almost done. Alright, 63rd pick, we have the Broncos taking Marquestin Huff, cornerback out of Wyoming. Another one of these great cover guys. He could also play safety in the NFL level. I really just think the Broncos need corners. Champ Bailey's old. Calvin Harris is ACL injury and gone. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie for some reason wants to retire. So, I mean, you gotta get multiple cornerbacks. You gotta get a guy like Marquestin Huff to develop into a great cornerback. You can take as much rookie quarterback, as much rookie corners this year as you possibly can to have Champ Bailey teach and influence and mentor would really help this team out a lot. So just take a lot of them. Just go ahead. Don't hesitate. If you think that he's a good player, he could possibly be a starting cornerback in the NFL level, take him. And have Champ Bailey take him under his wing and be a good player. So McQuestion Huff, cornerback out of Wyoming here. And my last pick, I had Seattle Seahawks selecting Kane Calder, wide receiver out of Northwestern. Great route runner. Got a guys with good route runnings in the Senior Bowl this year. I really wasn't expecting that, but catch the ball very well. Speed, I think. Some of these guys I might mess up. Just a heads up. Some of these guys I might explain the wrong thing because I have the name wrong in my notes or something, and I have all the notes down for the wrong guy. But I'm pretty sure King Calder's speed, route runner. One of these guys, I think he's gonna replace Golden Tate because Golden Tate's going to free agency. So there you go, King Coulter, wide receiver in Northwestern with the 64th pick. Hope you enjoyed this mock draft. Be sure to leave a like and a rating and subscribe to my channel at the bottom. The next mock draft I do will not include my friend, most likely, because I just want to keep this channel more on the informative side. I like to have some fun in the background here, but I want to make sure that this is giving you the information you want here. I know my videos are very long, but you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. But I like to do multiple rounds because I like to have people who, a lot of these people are going to hear a lot of the names that they're going to think in the first round, and they're not going to think too much about these guys in the second round. And someone might fall in love with, I'm literally just going to click a guy. Someone might fall in love with Christian Jones, linebacker out of Florida State. And what I told them about Christian Jones, they might think that he can't, I'm literally just going to scroll through teams, pick random teams, nothing to do with anything. They think that, in their honest opinion, they'll think that the Cleveland Browns need him at the 26th pick. Like, they might think that they might value him over, like, Trey Mason or something. This is just completely random. I don't believe this at all. I'm just saying. I want to give you guys the information you get. I want you to see the prospects that are coming up and have your own opinion on them. Know that this is just, if I'm drafting them, if I'm scouting, this is the players that I'm going to recommend for each team based on what's going on here. I'm probably, based on what I think is going to happen in the draft, and based on team need, I have them going with these picks. In all likelihood, I'm almost 100% sure I will be wrong a good amount of these picks, but for now, I'm gonna keep making them week by week. You'll see my progression change from guys. You'll see guys a lot, that I like a lot move up. You'll see guys that move down, and you'll see the general progression. Next time we'll probably do the third round, and the third round we're gonna probably see some quarterbacks. We're gonna have some fun with that. So stay tuned for the next draft and try to get some picks in there. And hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, rating, and subscribe to my channel. Comments down below on your opinions. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. See you next week, later in the week. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to make some prospect videos later this week. I'm just literally gonna make files of guys I like and talk about what I like about them. And alright, see you later in the week. Thank you for watching.